Okay, we're gonna read a chapter. It's just one of the chapters in the book, Class President. No, it's President for the Whole Fifth Grade by Sherry Winston. It's just one of the chapters, and the start questions are referring to this chapter. So we're gonna start. I'm gonna have my colors ready, and I know that this is realistic fiction. While I had been in my backyard with Pink's 257, apparently Jasmine Moon, I'm going to underline this because it's a character. Jasmine Moon was in the park passing out little triangle shaped bribes, triangles covered in meat and cheese. Lauren told me she heard that Jasmine Moon went over the Orchard Park and passed out pizza that same day. Her father bought lots of pizza and she was just giving it away to the kids as a way to introducing herself. Ha! Should I really believe that? Like people go around saying, "Hi, I'm new in town. Have some pizza." A guilty feeling scratched at the back of my mind. This I'm gonna use screen for this one. I know this is figurative language. What if she had only wanted to make friends? What if her pizza was not an underhanded way of buying votes? So I can infer right here that Jasmine Moon is buying votes. Well, I'm sorry, no, it's not buying votes. She is going to be voted class president, president of the whole fifth grade, with the characters that is actually telling us a story. Okay, it says, besides, I hadn't my friends warned me not to get too carried away. So it means like maybe I'm exaggerating. She was new. She passed around some pizza, big deal, right? Okay, well, what happened next stung me more than the time I got flipping her at a class and saw stars. This is also figurative language. With three candidates were picking up, I'm sorry, we, three candidates, were picking our campaign teams before the big primary, which is what they call the little elections in each classroom before the big election involving the whole school. So there were three candidates in her classroom. Okay, Jasmine Moon, the characters are speaking, and someone else. Of course, I'm picking all my girls, right? With my first pick, Sarah. I chose Sarah. We discussed it all through the summer like a gazillion times. She will be my campaign manager. Then Bex. Bex will be in charge of the creative stuff like slogans and posters. Lauren, who was taller than almost anybody in the fifth grade, will be in charge of making sure our posters were hung the best. We had it all planned. Except, guess what? Jasmine Moon picked Bex first, so this is a problem. Bex looked all squirmy and nervous. When Mrs. Nutmeg, which is a teacher, smiled at Bex, I knew there was trouble. She bent down at Beck's desk right in front of me. She said, "It might be nice to show citizenship if you help our newest student with her election campaign, Sweet Pea." Mrs. Nutmeg could make going to Juby Hall sound like the kindest, greatest thing that could happen to a kid. When she smiled at us and patted us on the back and called us Sweet Pea, we were pretty in her hands. That means she was very persuasive. Bex didn't stand a chance. From the back of the room, Toady Toad began imitating Bex. He said, screwing his face into this real pathetic looking expressions, and he laughed real hard, and in true frog fashion, I think he croaked a little. He was the funniest toad he knew. "Todd Hampton, you control yourself this instant, or the primary will be over by default, young man, because you will be out." Ah, so he was the other candidate. Mrs. Nutbeck glared at him. Jasmine Moon looked as if she might be nervous. She said, "I'm sorry, Mrs. Nutmeg. I didn't mean to cause any problems. If Rebecca has to work with Brianna, I'm really, really sorry. Rebecca is free to make her own choices, right, Brianna?" Mrs. Nutmeg, look at me. So the character that is telling the story is Brianna. Look at me the way mom does when she's asking something like, "You do know you're not a grown up, right, Brianna?" Then, if that weren't bad enough, Jasmine Moon looked at Bex and said, "It's just that I don't know many people, but you live down the street from me. We could just walk right down the block, you know." From the far side of the room, Taurus the snake slithered around in his glass box. The fish tank made its usual bloop, bloop, bloop sounds. The big black hand on the huge clock over the door seemed to get stuck, just sitting there. Bex looked at me, then at Sarah, as if she didn't know what to do. Mrs. Nutmeg placed her hand on Bex's shoulder. "I know you have close ties in the class, but maybe just this one." Bex gave a small nod, and just like that, Jasmine Moon had lured one of my best friends over to the other side. Okay, let's look at the questions. What is the most likely reason Mrs. Nutmeg supports Bex joining Jasmine's campaign team? Okay, what is the reason? If I remember correctly, she mentioned something about Jasmine being the new kid. Let me go back to the story. It says right here, Mrs. When Mrs. Nutbeck smiled at Bex, I knew there was trouble. 13. She went down at Beck's desk right in front of me. She said, "It might be nice show of citizenship if you help our newest student with her election campaign." Sweet pea, that is the reason. Okay, I'm going to look for something similar to that. A. She believes that Jasmine has the best chance at winning the election. That is not a reason. She didn't say that. B. She wants Jasmine to feel welcome in a new school. Yes, that's along the lines of supporting someone new, the new student. She is unaware that Brenna wants Bex on her campaign team. She is, in fact, unaware of that, but it's not a reason. She wants Bex to have an opportunity to be a campaign manager. There is no mention in the story about being a campaign manager. So my right choice is letter B, according to this one right here. Next question, number 2. Brianna's thoughts in paragraphs 3 to 5 emphasize the she. I need to go back to the story and find 3 to 5. 3 to 5 say this one right here. Lauren told me that she heard that Jasmine Moon went to Orchard Park and passed out some pizza as a way to introduce herself. Should I really believe that? Like people go around saying, "Hi, I'm new in town, have some pizza." Okay, so it's telling about what she heard about this new girl handing out pizza, and she thinks like it's an election campaign bribe or something. Okay, so Brianna's thoughts in paragraphs 3 to 5 emphasize what? What does she believe? She questions Jasmine's motives. That could be. She knows what it feels like to be the new kid in school. No. She relies on her friends to tell her what their classmates are doing. No. She wishes she could be more like Jasmine. No. She's saying she's giving lots of pizza and she was just giving it away to kids as a way to introducing herself. And like people go around, she's like in disbelief. So she questions her motives, like why would she do that? Okay, that's my correct answer. Next one, you have the sensory language in paragraph 22 highlights that. So I need to check my sensory language 22. 22 is this page right here. 22. From the far side of the room, Taurus the snake slithered around in his glass box. The fish tank made its usual bloop 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 sounds. The big black hand on the huge clock. Okay, this is a sensory language right here. Let me underline it. I'm going to use the red one. The big black hand on the huge clock over the door seemed to get stuck. That means time is not passing. Okay, so it feels like, let's see, something along the lines. I'm going to use the blue. The fact that Mrs. Nutmeg lets the students have animals in the classroom? No. She's expressing or she's describing that the snake is moving slowly, that the fish tank is going blue, 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 but very slowly, and that time has actually stood still. The amount of time that Beck has spent at Jasmine's house, that has nothing to do with that. The noises the students find annoying, nobody says that about being annoying. The uncomfortable situation the girls experience as they wait. This is a key word, okay? So it is uncomfortable for them to be waiting the decision. The girl is just thinking, what should I do? Next question. By the end of the story, the reader can infer that Brenna has become concerned that Jasmine will. I need to reread the end of the story. It's right here. It says paragraphs 22 and 23. Oh, well, 22 we already read. 23 says, Bex looked at me, then at Sarah, as if she didn't know what to do. Mrs. Nutmeg placed her hand on Beck's shoulder. I know you have close ties in this class, but maybe just this once. Bex gave a small nod, and just like that, Jasmine Moon had lured one of my best friends over to the other side. So she's going to be working with her competition. So at the beginning of the story, she was saying something like, we planned this all summer long, and she had already assigned positions for her campaign to her friends. And now that she has lost one of her friends for her campaign, I think she's going to feel like she doesn't have a chance at becoming the class president. So let's see. By the end of the story, the reader can infer. It's an inference. How does Brianna feel? She thinks Jasmine, which is the other girl, will be elected class president. Not necessarily. Encourage Bex to run for class president. This is totally wrong. Bex is just part of the team. She's not competing. Interfere with her relationship with Bex. That could be it, because they're friends and now she's going to be working for the enemy, so to speak. Receive help from adults with her campaign. That is not true. There is no mention of that in the story, so I have my distractor, and my correct answer is either one of those two. Which one is the best? Brianna thinks Jasmine will be elected class president just because her friend is working with her, or think that Jasmine will interfere with her friendship. And the best choice is this one right here, letter H. She thinks that she will interfere. And number 5. What do the details in paragraph 11 emphasize about Brianna? Let's find the details in paragraph 11. Paragraph 11 is right here. It says, of course, I'm picking out my girls, right? With my first pick, I chose Sarah. We discussed it all through the summer like a gazillion times. She will be my campaign manager. Then Bex. Bex will be in charge of the creative stuff like slogans and posters. Okay? So she's giving us details about who's going to be doing what in her campaign. So what do the details tell us about Brenna? She is not sure how to persuade students to vote for her. That is not true. She had it all planned. The key word here is she had it all planned. She does not want to do the work required for the campaign. That is not true. She is willing to do it. She is confident about her plan for the campaign team. Yes, she had it all figured out. She thinks she must make all decisions in her campaign. No, because she is actually giving jobs to everybody. So Sarah will be doing the campaign management. Bex was supposed to be doing the creative things, and Lauren was supposed to be doing the posters and hanging them all around. So she had jobs for everybody. My best choice is letter C. She's confident about her plan. Number 6, what does the word underhanded mean in paragraph 6? And the strategy here is to go back, find the word, and write the sentence and plug it in. It says, what if her pizza was not an underhanded way of buying votes? Underhanded way of buying votes. I'm going to write it down here. Way of buying votes. Okay? So, underhanded, harsh way of buying votes, a sneaky way of buying votes, organized way of buying votes, meaningless. No, it shouldn't be meaningless way of buying votes. So, buying votes is something that shouldn't happen to begin with. It's not meaningless, it's not harsh. It could be organized or sneaky. Which one is the best? Which one do you think is the best? To fill in the blanks in there. Sneaky way to buy votes or organized way to buy votes? The best choice, I'm going to use my blue, is this one. It's a sneaky way of buying votes. It's something that you shouldn't be doing. Okay? It's not organized, it's sneaky. The next question says, how do Jasmine's comments? Whose comments? Jasmine's comments in paragraphs 20 to 22 affect the plot. So let's go back and reread what Jasmine says. And you have 20. Jasmine Moon looked as if she might be nervous. She said, I'm sorry, Mrs. Nutmeg. I didn't mean to cause any problems. If Rebecca has to work with Brianna, well, I will. I'm really, really, really sorry. Rebecca is free to make her own choices, right, Brianna? Mrs. Nutmeg look at me the way Mom does when she's asking something like, you do know you're not a grown-up, right, Brianna? So she's like intervening or interfering. And 21 says, then if that weren't bad enough, Jasmine Moon looked at Bex and said, it's just that I don't know many people. And I think this is a key, and I'm going to underline it. Or I'm going to mark it. It's just that I don't know many people, but you live down the street from me. We could just walk right down the block, From the far side of the room, towards the snakes slither around in the glass box, and they were waiting. So when she says that, I'm sorry, I don't want to cause any problem, but it's just that I don't know anybody, and you are my neighbor, and we can just work together. How does that affect the whole situation? They explain, or these comments explain why Jasmine has difficulty making friends. She does not have this problem. They highlight the reasons why Bex would rather campaign for Brianna. Reasons why it could be. They help persuade Bex to join Jasmine campaigns, like persuading. She's trying to convince her. I think so. They show that Brianna is upset. No. Okay, because she's not saying, oh, I think Brianna is upset or whatever. No. So I have found the one that is the distractor and the correct answer. So I need to decide between those two, which one is the best. When she says, I'm so sorry, but it's just that I don't know anybody and you're my neighbor and we could work together. I could walk to your house and things like that. Those are reasons to explain why she would rather campaign for Brianna, like I have the best choices and I have the best ideas to become president, or persuade her to just join her campaign. This is the correct answer. Okay? What is the summary of the story? This is a question that you will see every time you read one passage or every passage, the summary. The summary must have beginning, middle, and end, no details. Just the main ideas, okay? No details. Brianna and Jasmine. Brianna and Jasmine are two girls who are running for class president. Okay, that's true. It's the beginning. They have to pick classmates to work on their campaigns. Okay. Todd Hampton, another candidate, acts silly during the selection process and the teacher almost disqualifies him from running. The only thing here, it has a beginning, it has the middle, it doesn't have the end. It's missing the end, so this cannot be. The end of the story is where Brianna's friend accepts to work for Jasmine's campaign. G. The teacher announces it's time for candidates for class president to choose campaign teams. Okay, that could be the beginning. Brianna feels prepared because she has already decided who she would like to have on her team. Okay, beginning. But Jasmine asks one of Brianna's best friends, Bex, to join her campaign. That's the middle. It's missing the end. This cannot be. H. Brianna wants to become president of her 5th grade class with the help of her friends. Okay, that's true. Beginning. When the candidates in Brianna's class select their campaign teams, Jasmine, a new student, asks Brianna's good friend Bex to be on her team. Bex reluctantly agrees to work with Jasmine. It has all of the elements. It has a beginning, the middle, and the end, because it contains all the information. I think this is my choice. Let me read letter J. Jasmine, who is new to school, is running for class president. Okay, that's the beginning. Because she doesn't know many people, she asks Brianna's friend Bex to be her campaign manager because they live near each other. I think this is a detail. Brianna is surprised when this happens because she had anticipated selecting Bex to be part of the team. And that's the problem. That's the middle. It doesn't have the end. So that's my right answer. This one right here. It's the best summary. Question 9. Read the sentence from paragraph 6. A guilty feeling is scratched at the back of my mind. This happens when she's saying, I don't believe that she just handed out pizza because she wants to make friends and she wants to everybody just, to make friends because she's new at school. I think she's buying votes. Okay? And then she has this guilty feeling like, oh my God, what if I am wrong? Okay? That's what it means. The figurative language in this sentence shows that Brianna is unable to remember important details about Jasmine. No, she doesn't feel guilty. She feels about that. She feels guilty about thinking that Jasmine has bad intentions. Doubts her initial judgment of Jasmine's motives. It could be like, what is her motivation to give everybody pizza? Wonders whether she should also provide pizza. No. And cannot decide whether to continue running for class president. No, she's still running. So she is thinking, she's in doubt. That's a guilty feeling, like, what if I'm wrong? It's wrong for me to think that. Maybe she is genuinely looking for making friends. So that's the correct answer. And number 10. Which sentence helps the reader predict that Brianna will not get the campaign team she wants? Okay, remember the campaign team were her 3 friends. Okay, her 3 friends. So which one of these 4 tells me that she lost her friend? Okay, it's a prediction that she will lose her friend. Her father bought lots of pizza and she was just giving it away to kids as a way of introducing herself. That has nothing to do with the campaign team. So no. Besides, hadn't my friends warned me not to get too carried away? No. What this means that my friends told me kind of enjoy the process of campaigning to become president and not put my life on the line because of that. Don't take it too seriously. That's what they mean. H. We discussed it all through the summer like a gazillion times. Okay? It means that she's prepared and she has a plan. It doesn't predict that she will lose her friend. When Mrs. Nutmeg smiled at Bex, I knew there was trouble. The teacher was convincing Bex to be part of the other girls' campaign, and she knew she was in trouble. She was going to lose her friend. That's my correct answer.